Alrighty, what's going on, apes? Welcome back to the channel. We have to go over everything earnings you guys need to know because earnings were not bad whatsoever. They beat on all analyst expectations, but the financial media is trying to spin this in a way that is causing FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's what I want to go over in this video, as well as obviously go over earnings and all of that data that you guys need to know because they were very good. And it's looking like we're going to see a positive result overall. Still, when you factor in the negative about 4% move in after hours and the fact that we were up about 4% for, obviously Monday, then we're still up 4% for the day. So we're still at $43 per share. It might be different from the time you guys do see this video, but still, all of this information that is talked about in this video is applicable to whenever you guys are seeing this. I really just want to clear the air on the FUD that is going on with AMC earnings. As well as that, just go over the Ortex data, the 13F filings, the Stocko tracker data, and everything else you guys need to know. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into this banger. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel, all of the typical things, as well as check out the link down below in the descriptions of this video for free stocks, as well as the link for the buy and sell alerts. If you guys want to be notified every time I make a trade in real time, check that out. It literally pays for itself. We have been hitting some monstrous trades over there, so you guys definitely want to be a part of that if you're growing or you're looking to grow your knowledge on trading and investing, whether it's day trades, like I said, swing trades, or investing for the long term. So let's get out of that. Let's get into AMC. So AMC currently at about $43 per share. Still, we're gonna have to wait to see throughout the rest of this week for the digestion, but throughout all of 2021 we have seen phenomenal returns after earnings. Like I've said many times, if you guys watch these videos, back here in March went up about 60%, back here in May went up about 1,000%, and back here at the last earnings report went up about 100%. So who knows how much we actually do go up after this does digest. 2 to 4 weeks out is when we typically top out at. We could break out past $43. The earnings with AMC were not bad whatsoever, and that's what we're going to get straight into. So AMC posts narrower than expected loss, but CEO says there are still pandemic challenges ahead. And out of all of this, that's really what you're going to put the headline of this article. Are you serious? These numbers were great. What Adam Aron said was phenomenal and nothing different from what he has said in other earnings calls. But what I really want you guys to pay attention to are FUD titles like this. Meme stocks like GameStop, AMC pose risk to financial stability, Fed says. Meme stock AMC earnings beat as analyst predicts retail cash out. Retail is not cashing out. Get out of here. Save me with the BS headlines, right? We all know the trade shorts have not covered, and if we do see AMC fall considerably in price for whatever reason, it'll be the first time after earnings in 2021, then it's safe to say there's a lot of shorting that is going on, and that will just make the case more bullish for the apes of AMC. Now let's get into this article breaking down the numbers of AMC. So it says AMC Entertainment shares fell more than 5% in extended trading Monday, even though the movie theater operator posted a third quarter loss that was narrower than expected. Our financial results continue to improve, CEO Adam Aron said in a statement Monday. One can see and feel that our industry and our company are on a path of recovery and improvement. However, even amidst such good news, we are not yet where we want and need to be. Here's what the company reported compared to what Wall Street was expecting based on survey of analysts by Renoviv. Loss per share 44 cents versus 53 cents expected. So they beat on loss per share, which is obviously still not profitable, but a lot better, or they lost a lot less money than Wall Street had expected. Revenue of $763.2 million versus $708.3 million expected. So they beat revenue numbers by over $55 million. That is considerable, guys. That's about a 20% beat on revenue alone. Not something to sneeze at or make FUD titles about. It says, as moviegoers return to theaters, AMC posted a net loss of $224.2 million or 44 cents per share, compared with a loss of $905.8 million or $8.41 per share a year ago. And obviously things were pretty rough a year ago, so that is expected, and that's just widely known information. Analysts had expected the company to lose 53 cents per share, according to a survey from Renoviv. Revenue rose to $763.2 million from $119.5 million last year and topped the $708.3 million analysts had expected. So the numbers here, incredibly bullish. But let's get into more of the details of this earnings call and what could actually play into the continuation that we are likely to see with AMC stock. So it says the company's stock initially popped after the better than expected results were released. However, shares soon reversed directions as investors saw more challenges ahead. AMC shares have been at the center of this year's meme stock craze, skyrocketing more than 2,025% in 2021. AMC said that all of its domestic cinemas were open as of September 30th, as were 99% of its international theaters. The company said 40 million guests viewed films during the third quarter, up from 22 million in the second quarter, thanks to new blockbuster titles such as Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and Free Guy and rising vaccination rates. During the first quarter, the company saw admission revenue rise to $425.1 million from $62.9 million in the year ago period. Its food and beverage sales also surged to $265.2 million from just $29.1 million on a year-over-year basis. Still, AMC's operating costs outpaced its revenue, leading the company to post a loss for the quarter, which was widely expected. Nobody expected them to post a profit for this quarter. Now, continuing on, we wish to emphasize that no one should have any illusions that there is not more challenges ahead of us still to be met, Aaron said. The virus continues to be with us. We still need to sell more tickets in future quarters than we did in the most recent quarter, and adjusted EBITDA is still well below pre-pandemic levels. At the end of the third quarter, AMC still had more than $1.8 billion in liquidity, including cash and undrawn revolving credit lines. Aaron said the company does not anticipate having to borrow under those lines of credit in the next 12 months. Definitely huge bullish sign right there. This liquidity has also allowed AMC to explore and incorporate new revenue streams. The company has already acquired new theater leases, begun to offer new content like concerts and sporting events, and is expanding into the popcorn retail business. The company said last quarter that it would be looking to offer new payment options such as Bitcoin. On Monday's earnings call, Aaron said that AMC continues to look at other cryptocurrencies it can accept and has spoken with third parties about launching its own cryptocurrency. Now, we did get clarifications of them talking with GameStop and potentially partnering on some kind of gaming segment to AMC theaters. They're looking into that as well as NFTs. But the main focus of this earnings is definitely the popcorn business. And that's something that we have already got news about, right? That was about a week or two ago. But what I want you guys to know is that has a 80 to 90% profit margin. So we are looking at the revenue and the profits that AMC is going to make if they do successfully launch into the popcorn industry like they are projecting they will. We could see massive numbers boost to the top and bottom lines for AMC. Now, I think this is something that it's just uncharted waters, so they're not exactly sure and they don't want to boast that it's going to be a great thing if they don't know it's going to be a great thing. Now, I think if you're a popcorn lover, you're going to try AMC popcorn. If it is something you like, you're going to stick with that. So I do think that is pretty big. We were expecting something else, at least the ape community was expecting something else, but it does look like the popcorn line is going to be the new business line that Adam Aaron had talked about just a couple of weeks ago with that basically CNBC movie that was put out. So that's really all you guys need to know from earnings. Still incredible numbers, and I think investors overall will take this positively, but keep in mind, like I said, we were up about 8% on Monday. We're still up about 4% on Monday to close out after hours trading, still up about 4%. Nothing to complain about whatsoever, and I'm still very happy with, how earnings turned out. The fact that they did beat revenue so much, about a 20% beat. I'll take that any day of the week. Now, as well as that, let's get into the Ortex data. We are looking at 16.45% short interest of free float, 84.13 million shares that are sold short with a share utilization of 86.54%. So there is a decent amount of shares that still can be lent out that have not been lent out yet. So we're going to have to wait and see if we do see big drops. It's probably short sellers shorting AMC because with these FUD titles, it's an easy target for algorithms to beat the stock, as well as just short sellers to come in and beat the stock even more. Free flow on loan is at 20.27%, still relatively unchanged, but there is quite a big gap between 16.45% and 20.27%. So there's about 4% of the free flow on loan that is still out on loan that has not been sold short yet. So do keep that in mind. There is ammo to short AMC stock, but the more shorting we see, the more bullish AMC will be. Now, I don't think the MOAS is actually going to start, soon or, because of this earnings call, but I do think we're going to see multiple squeezes before we do see that one big squeeze. And me personally, I want to be fully invested in AMC at the current moment, just getting ready for the MOAS whenever it does happen, after all of these small squeezes do happen. Now, we're looking at some incredibly bullish institutional ownership filings that are coming out, the 13F filings, just incredibly bullish overall. Look at that, almost 71,000 shares that were just purchased by Toronto Dominion Bank, as well as Russell Investments Group Ltd, bought about 30,000 shares, and all of these other firms, a majority of them are holding on to their positions, and some of this red that you guys are seeing are actually put positions that are being sold out of. So the situation here is still looking incredibly bullish, and most of these firms have their positions in between about $47 and $55 per share. So the fact that they're holding on to their positions is incredibly bullish and a good sign overall. Now, last thing we are going to talk about is the stock tracker data, and let me refresh this to see exactly what we're looking at. We're looking at 148,672 contracts for the monthly expiration date, that is November 19th, that are out of the money, so a very large amount still. And we're looking at 57,777 calls that are in the money for that monthly expiration date. Now, we are seeing a lot of calls that are in the money for this expiration expiring on Friday, about 56,000 calls, and out of the money calls at about 68,000 right there. So considerable numbers. I don't expect anything too crazy, but the longer we do go, if AMC just holds flat, we're gonna see an increase to the price because of how gamma works and how delta hedging works. Say you have a $40 call and AMC stays at about $43 to $45 per share. By Friday, those $40 calls, they're not all getting hedged for as soon as AMC goes over $40. It comes into time. Time is the biggest thing here. Once time starts to get decayed and you see that theta decay, you start to see the gamma going up, meaning the market makers have to buy more shares to hedge basically their short option positions with AMC stock at a certain expiration date. So all in all, what you guys really need to know is the longer AMC stays elevated, the higher likelihood we are to stay elevated with AMC's actual share price. And other than that, obviously December 17th and then January 21st, 2022 are the next biggest expiration dates, and those will be very important. Looking at substantial gamma squeeze potential here for the January 21st, 2022 options expiration date. The MOAS could happen before then, but I don't even care how long it takes. I personally don't care if it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 years. If you're looking at massive wealth and you're not willing to wait 2, 3, 4, or 5 years, you're in it for the wrong reason. The stock market is not a get rich quick scheme. It's something that you put your conviction into, you put your hard earned capital into, and it will give you a result in due time. So that is the situation here, looking incredibly bullish. Do not get discouraged for any of the FUD headlines and articles that you are likely to see. It's part of the game when it comes to Wall Street. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. All of that good stuff. Check out the links for free stock. You guys already know the deal. That is going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.